Select the Transfers icon to transfer items from one location code to another, or to transfer items to a temporary location for a time period until the items become available at the destination location. This temporary location is known as a goods in transit location. There are three transfer document types. Transfer indicates that the items are immediately transferred out of one location and available in another location. Transit transfer indicates that the items are transferred first to a temporary location, so they are not available for sale at either the original location or at the target location. And transit receipt indicates to receive items into the target location from a transit temporary location. Let's assume you want to transfer some items from the Seattle warehouse to the Portland warehouse. Since it will take a day or so for the items to arrive, enter a transit transfer. After accepting or entering a date, the additional cost field is where any shipping or handling fees can be incorporated into the cost of the items being transferred. Possibly it costs $5 to ship the items to Portland. Then determine how the additional cost amount is to be factored into the cost of the items. Probably the most common method is to prorate by cost. However, other options include prorate by quantity, by weight, or equally spread the cost across all items. The additional cost amount can even be distributed to the items manually. Optionally enter either or both a reference and description, and then begin entering the items to be transferred. Let's say you previously received a large quantity of desk lamps at the Seattle warehouse, and that you have very few at the Portland warehouse. Enter the desk lamp item, A11030, and specify Seattle as the from location. And then select the location the items are to be recorded during the transfer. Typically, this is a logical location called a goods in transit location. If the goods in transit location entered is defined as logical, then the items will not be sellable. Then enter Portland as the to location. Enter the quantity to be transferred in the requested field, and then the actual transferred quantity in the transfer column. Portland may have wanted 75, however, you may only want to actually transfer 50 from Seattle. If the manual proration method is selected, enter the amount of the $5 additional cost subject to this item detail. The system then displays the weight information related to the item. If the item being transferred is defined using the user-specified costing method, enter the cost of the item for the transfer, and then enter any comments and optional field values, and then post the transfer, where the system will then prompt to print a transit slip. As with the other inventory transactions, transfers can be temporarily saved or be posted directly. It's important to know that quantity values are immediately updated when transactions are posted. Cost values may or may not be updated immediately. It depends on the settings defined within IC options that were discussed earlier. At some point within the next day or so, Portland will receive the items. To receive the items once they arrived at the target location, select Transit Receipt, and then enter the transit transfer number assigned by the system. Accpac will display the items that were transferred in the lower section of the window. Verify the quantity received and post the receipt. The items will be removed from the goods in transit location and be available for sale at the Portland location.
Now let's take a look at assemblies.